Hey guys, it's Constance with Charming Custom Craft, and this is November 1st. So this is the first in a series of 30 days. This month's theme to give thanks and be grateful for your life and your friends and your family's theme is family memories. Now that could be your friends, that can be your family, but this is to monument occasions in your life. Say your grandmother made you something, or great grandmother made you something, or made something to be passed down. If you can tell the story, you have to show pictures, of course. I'm asking for information to go with it. If it's something that somebody made for you, or if it's something you made to commemorate, I can't even say that word right. To commemorate, got it, your history to that, or to the memory itself. That's the only thing I'm requiring. And if you would like to take on a share day, that's what I'm asking. So if you want to add your oh, and you get to pick the day. I don't really care which day, as long as it's open. You'll get highlighted. You'll be able to share at least a picture and a little story, and or your blog, your store, your forum, your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook page, your YouTube page, or your internet page. That's an option. You don't have to have it. So I'm going to show you what I did, and I'm going to tell you as I go. So I ended up having these Teresa Collins shadow boxes I bought, I think either a year or two ago, and I knew I was going to make something with it. And when we moved and we went full-fledged beach theme, because our walls are not beige, they're more of a coral peach, so I had to go with what I had. Plus, I've been changing over slowly from Tuscan to beach. Beach chic, beach cottage. Slowly, but now we're almost quite there. So, all the time, and I know if you guys watch my videos, you hear me talk. I try, anytime we get a chance, my husband and me, we try to take a little trip to a beach, either overnight, like to Key West when we camped overnight, or to one of the beaches around Florida. We've been to beaches from California to Ohio, I should say, Missouri, either ponds, lakes, whatever. Though ponds really don't have beaches. Though, like I said, my husband and I have been going. So I've been collecting things to do beach stuff, including stuff from the beach. Thrift stores that I go along the way, usually we try to stop at a thrift store looking for stuff locally that was handcrafted, handmade, or pieces and parts. So if you watch my videos and you've been with me, and if not, I'll try to post the link below of my tissue napkin paper technique. Is to take a napkin and to transfer it into paper, a customized paper. So let me show you what I did. See, I took this beautiful tissue, or napkin tissues, and I think there's, I don't know, 16 in that one. So I got this, and I bought it months and months ago, and I have 2 packs of them. I have a friend who's doing beach theme, because she's here from Florida and she's in Italy right now, so she's going to be switching over, and she's slowly trying to switch as much as she can before she moves back home. So I'm giving her a pack, but if there's anybody who wants to try this, I can send 1 or 2 of them to you. So what I did, again, this is the napkin, and all napkins have a plastic paper base. So again, I'll be showing the post below. But this is the design of the tissue, and I just took part of it, and I'll show you here in a second, that you can see when I show you this project. These are my shadow box beach wall decor memories, and that's exactly what this is going to be called. I'm going to stick this over, and I'm going to show you what I made. This is the right one, and this is the left one. I'm sitting on my bench outside because my husband's watching the game. So I wanted to share with you how I made this. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get a little closer. Again, these are the Teresa Collins shadow boxes. And I took a spray, and I think it also was Teresa Collins. Pretty sure. I have like 6 different sprays, so I don't know anymore. And I used my tissue paper technique on both of them. I made sure that they're exactly like on the background. They might be slightly different. So after I did the technique, I stuck it in with a spray adhesive so that it would temporarily hold. Then I sealed it in. There's many projects you can do. Everybody's got their own. You can use glue. There's sprays. There's, hell, you can have left it, you know, the way it was at a matte look, but I personally like to do a seal because of the fact if I'm going to use it for long term, that way I can dust off the dust at least. So what did I do? Okay, so if you look, they're very similar. I did one on the left and one on the right, and I originally asked my husband which way he wanted it. If he wanted vertical or horizon, and he said vertical. So I had these big shells that I bought for decor when I started switching over in my bedroom to start before we sold the house. And then starfish are actually very, very hard to get because you can't get them out of the water. They're actually illegal to take out of the water, especially if they're alive, and even if they're dead, you're not allowed to touch them. So I had to buy those, and I kind of wish that I had gone just to Beal's outlet because Beal's or Bell's, I don't know why, it just depends on how you say it. It's a store here in Florida. And I just went and got the hanging pieces, and eventually when I get the rest of my craft stuff, I'll show you what I did in my house. I'm on the last of it, God help me. It's still a lot of work. It's down to the itty bitty stuff, and when I get done to that, I'm gonna start posting stuff for sale on McFry, and I'll do some YouTube destash videos to start. So I used one of those. This one, normally the knobby starfish is not normally around the area. It's usually regular ones. I'm not quite sure exactly where you find this. This might be more in the Caribbean to South America to Australia. Maybe even parts of Africa. But this flower is actually, let's see if I can zoom in a little better on it. This flower is actually made of itty bitty seashells. And no, they're not dyed. Those are natural color. And if you look on the other side, it's a different one. Now, I had purchased these from a thrift store as a bouquet, and I did some swapping and sharing and gave some to my friends. So these are the only two I had left. So the little bitty shells, now you can find these in Key West. And I know you guys have all seen them. A lot of jewelry is made with them. You can find them in Key West. The unfortunate part is you have to sit and pick them up and pick them up. And considering how long it takes to pick them up, I have some that I put up, but not nearly enough to do what I wanted to do, plus keep the straight line around the edges so that you can see that. So I actually bought some, what I thought was one continuous string at Michael's, and it was actually 6, maybe 4. One's more white, one's more the neutral tones, which I like the neutral tones against the colors that are in the back. So I did that, and when I put my swags up with the netting, I had one piece left, and I adhered it to the corners. And this is after I used Christmas wiggly decorations. I cut those up, and I put some of the sprays, and it's a beige tone right here. There are some that are less dark, and some are more dark, more shiny. So I used those, and I used some floral sprays. And I used to do floral arrangements, silk floral arrangements. So if you're wondering how I get kind of these ideas, it's because I used to do floral arrangements way before I got into paper crafting. I do occasionally do weddings and stuff, but I haven't done it in a while. Though I've been asked to do one here recently, so it's coming up next month. And then you just take little pieces off the flowers. And I personally like to get the clearance one because even if I don't like the flower, I like the little pieces, and it makes it look like coral. Or little whatever creatures are in the water, or seaweed. That one probably looks more like seaweed, but seaweed's kind of straight, so depends on which seaweed, I guess. So I used those, and I used these black sprays, and usually they come in purple or orange, and at the holidays, well, they come in black too. At the holidays, they come in different colors for different seasons. This I actually got Halloween because black is hard to get. Now, be warned with them, when you use hot glue, they will melt down. But if you leave it long enough, you'll get the sprays that you want, like over here. So I used those items, and then I took, don't you dare, don't you dare. Then I used a snail shell. It's not really a snail shell, but it's a mussel shell if I'm right. So I got one on both sides. And then silver dollars, or not silver, yeah, silver dollars are really hard to get. She's gonna bark at something. There's nobody by, it's just a car. So I've only found a piece of one, maybe because it's not early enough in the morning or whatever, but I have only bought a piece, or found a piece at one of the beaches. So I only had that one. And then when I bought a pack of shells, because some of these, I have little shells down in here. I don't know if I could show you. It's like a mussel shell that's like pearlized. So like black pearlized. So I put a couple in through here, and then I put some of the silver dollar small ones, and I didn't really want the really big ones. But I did the curlicue shells. I actually have the papers on which seashells are out there and the different types. And then if you see, I have these little orange sprays, floral sprays, that I added too. So the last thing that I could show you on this is, obviously you guys have seen it as I've been showing you, is the very, very, very tiny half-back pearls. And I thought, how cool would that be? Because they're really hard to use besides for shakers. There's not a whole lot you can do with them unless you're going to use them for shakers, snow globes, things like that. So what I did is I did spray adhesive all over it, a little heavier on the shells and the starfish and whatnot here at the bottoms. And of course I put the netting on top of it rather behind it, because I didn't want that on it, because it's more like something being picked out of the water. But this obviously shows the different seashells in the background, by the way, and it tells you all the different kinds. I have several of these. I have those, I have those, I have those, but they're not as colorful. Seashells, generally, some of them are colorful, but a lot of people have to boil, bleach them because of the fungus and bacteria and algae. So I have never seen a seahorse in the water. I have seen jellyfish, sea turtles, etc., etc. So anyway, I sprayed on the adhesives, and then I sprinkled it over, but made it a little heavier in the corners, as you guys can see. And I did that too, and then I sprinkled it lightly over everything else. I thought it could look like pearls that are in clams, or like bubbles. So I kind of like how they're flat back at the front and round at the front. Depends on how you want to look at it. So they're going to bark. So if I keep talking to you, there's a corgi walking with its mommy on the other side of the block. Technically, I'm like a second from the corner. So there it is. Now I'm going to have to go back through and use some super glue, because I temporarily put it in the set with hot glue. And first and foremost, get the little rubber piece of things, because you can and will probably burn your finger at least once. I know I did once. I tend to anything that's hot to get burnt. So I wanted to show you how beautiful this came out. These are actually going to go on my wall. Normally I make for everybody else, but these I made for my husband. And if you can see, one of the reasons why I bought it is the Teresa Collins has the hearts in each 4 corners. Now you can only see them on 3. These are the ones that I'm going to do, and I have the hooks to put them in. I'll probably use my, technically I tell you to put the hanger hooks on first. But I'm going to put mine on with a nail gun, so that they don't move. And if you use, because it's heavy on corners, you can't just like use some like pop bottle top things, because, or taps, because it's not going to hold it. It's gonna, even if you put it in the middle, it's going to turn towards the one side that's heavier. So I have to get the one metal ones that are notched. So these are going to go up, probably not my bedroom. They're probably going to go up in a certain area. I will showcase them later, and I thought about putting pictures in, but it just would totally take away from the whole imaging. And you know, we didn't want to do that. I had bought certain things to put beach pictures in, so you know, like I said, I'll get to it definitely before we move. I don't know when we're gonna move. See Lily over there? This is my like pop-up tent with my lights. I sit out here because it's the only place I could smoke, because I don't have an enclosed patio in front or back, and I totally miss it. Though I get still eaten by bugs, not as bad, but definitely the ants, the fire ants. Oh my god. I have to wear socks most of the time. So anyway, this is my seaside I'm going to do beach shadow box wall decor, altered beach shadow box wall decor. There we go. I hope you like the pictures. Hi, JJ, get away from them. I don't want no doggy hair on them. I hope you like the pictures. I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, I'll put the link below of how to do the tissue paper to customize. It's a reason why I keep about 5 napkins for my kids' birthday parties and any events, baby showers, whatnot, so I can do something custom either for an album, for a card down the line for somebody else, or a keepsake for somebody else. And you can obviously see why that is real custom made paper, because I use cardstock. Again, you'll have to see the video. I'll post the link below. I hope you enjoy, and if anybody wants to join in Family Memories Month, please email me at charmingcustomcrafts@yahoo.com. Catch me on Instagram. I really don't use my Twitter that much, but I do get on Instagram about every other day, and I post new pictures. So check me out there, or go to the Facebook page, which I'd love to see you there, and make sure you hit like to follow. And Mac Fry Market is up, and you're welcome to go on and post anything you want. It's back up. So it's Mac Fry, MACFRY on Facebook. If you want a particular category where people can go in and look at the responses of what's been sold, so you'll get notified immediately, just let me know. Or if you just want a straight post, feel free. Just know that it can get lost in back comments. So, Gigi's like sniffing it, and she knocked off a pearl. So, guys, take care, and I hope you enjoyed my beach shadow box wall decor for family memories. Please come join us. Bye.